There are some crippling problems Jamaica has become used to and we now tolerate. Frankly speaking, among them is the everlasting line to nowhere we so often meet in trying to do business, not just in government agencies and departments, but also in the private sector. It's as if the people seeking service have nothing else to do, and those that work and providing the service don't care that you may want to go to work as they are on the job. Good day. This is the fourth episode of the Midweek Frankly Speaking Jamaica podcast. It's companion to the live podcast on Sundays at 4. Frankly speaking, the worst cases must be the banks. Ask a returned Jamaican or a visiting one of our nationals who lives abroad, and she or he will tell you he has nothing like this anywhere else, no similar experience. But why is that so? Since the operations we carry out in Jamaica or the basic services are similar to those in any bank anywhere. Why? There are some of these bank branches that are notorious for their customer disservice lines and sometimes their ATM lines. The NCB branch in Falmouth Water Square must take the cake on that. Almost any time between 8 in the morning and 6 in the evening, there's a forbidding line there for their ATM or ABM. This is not one of those on the one hand and on the other hand arguments by me, trying to be objective. No. But frankly speaking, it's true that NCB has come a long way in the maintenance of its cash machines or ABMs or ATMs at many of their locations, at least in St. Anne. The line at the ABMs in the banking hall at NCB in Brownstown used to snake out onto the main road, as does Scotia's line at their Ocho Rios branch. Even an international franchise like Western Union seems to be unable to get rid of the bug of forever lines at some of its outlets. But frankly speaking, the lines to nowhere, or the third world lines, as a friend of mine from the US loves to call them, are just too common everywhere in Jamaica's banking system. Why does it take so long to do any business in these banks? Why? NCB, I know, has a system of appointments that is easy to navigate. The other day I had an emergency and went to Brownstown branch, which is a service outlet. That is to say, that branch has no teller. No teller. I waited from 2 to nearly 3 o'clock after the doors were closed and left as there were 12 people still ahead of me. And I was told I might have had another hour to wait. 3 kiosks were manned. 3. I got an appointment for the following day through their system and went before my 11 o'clock time. I was called to the kiosk at 12, having waited 1 hour, of course. I noticed that there were only 2 service reps, most of the times working, and 3 security guards. It's not only the banks, of course. The other day, I accompanied a friend to the floor store in Ocho Rios, as they could not be reached by telephone. Now, they have entirely cut out live people answering their calls. It's all automated. So we went to the one in Ocho Rios. Frankly speaking, that store has an awful reputation. We waited 3 hours for an agent for my friend to do her business. There were at all times in the store 12 or more people sitting and standing around just waiting. 3 counters were manned. Yes, they have machines for handling bills, bill payments, Why can they not put 2 more service agents in to deal with the multitude of complaints? We can't go on like this. Or we can, and then we better slide that 2030 bill to 2055. Thank you for joining me today. We are still getting responses to our midweek podcast about how you pay for electricity theft. Send your comments to the Frankly Speaking YouTube channel or WhatsApp at 503-9995. You may also leave a voice note. Please subscribe to the Frankly Speaking Jamaica podcast on YouTube and watch the weekend edition live at 4 p.m. every Sunday. Until then, I'm Franklin McKnight.